For a long time, science and spirituality were seen as opposites, as two paths diverging from one another. However, what if we told you that modern science is beginning to confirm what mystics and spiritual practitioners have always known? Reality might be more complex and interconnected than we imagine. Today, quantum physics, consciousness studies, and new discoveries in neuroscience suggest that spiritual concepts are not just beliefs but may have a scientific basis. Phenomena like vibrational frequencies, which once seemed to belong solely to the esoteric world, are now finding parallels in scientific discoveries. Throughout this video, we will explore how modern science is offering explanations for spiritual gifts and how they connect with the energies and frequencies that surround us. Get ready for a journey that unites science and spirituality, showing how these two areas might be telling the same story in different languages. In the realm of spirituality, it is believed that everything in the universe, people, objects, and even thoughts, emits a unique energy known as a vibrational frequency. It's like an energetic signature that each being carries. This frequency influences how we feel, how we interact with the world, and even how we affect the people around us. Simply put, the higher the vibrational frequency, the more harmony and balance we experience. From a scientific standpoint, this idea resonates with quantum physics. Everything in the universe, including solid matter, is made up of subatomic particles that are constantly vibrating. Each of these particles has its own frequency, and it's this vibration that creates energy fields around everything that exists. It's fascinating to note that, in a way, the spiritual idea that our emotions and thoughts affect our vibration aligns with quantum theory. In quantum physics, the observer effect suggests that the act of observing a particle can change its behavior. This leads us to think that perhaps the way we perceive and interact with the world, our emotions, intentions, and beliefs, can indeed influence the energy around us. From this perspective, spiritual gifts, such as energy sensitivity, can be understood as an enhanced ability to perceive these vibrational frequencies that permeate everything and everyone. To understand how modern science can explain spiritual phenomena, we need to delve into quantum physics, an area of science that explores the smallest units of matter and energy in the universe. Quantum physics shows us that, at the fundamental level, everything is energy, including us. The subatomic particles that make up the physical universe are constantly vibrating and exchanging energy, and it is this energetic dance that gives rise to matter and reality as we know it. A central concept in quantum physics is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. It states that the mere act of observing a particle can alter its behavior. This means that the observer and the observed matter are, in some way, connected. In spiritual terms, this idea resonates with the notion that our intentions and perceptions can influence the world around us, which also explains how individuals with spiritual gifts can alter or sense energies around them. Another fascinating phenomenon in quantum physics is quantum entanglement. It reveals that two particles can be connected, regardless of the distance between them. If something happens to one, the other will respond instantly, even if they are millions of miles apart. This concept can be compared to the ability of spiritually sensitive people, such as mediums or energy healers, who report feeling or connecting with the energies of distant places or people. Moreover, science recognizes that the human body generates an energy field. While spirituality traditionally calls this the aura, science acknowledges it as a magnetic field that emanates from our body, especially from our heart and brain. This energy field can be measured, and it is influenced by our thoughts, emotions, and interactions with the environment. Thus, quantum physics not only explains how everything in the universe is energy but also opens the door to understanding how spiritual gifts can be seen as an enhanced sensitivity to these energy fields and the invisible interconnections between all things. Spiritual gifts, often described as extraordinary abilities to perceive or interact with the energies around us, can be understood in light of the science of energy fields. Empathy, telepathy, clairvoyance, gifts considered mystical, are beginning to gain plausible explanations through the connection between biomagnetic fields and vibrational frequencies. Science has already identified that all living beings possess a biomagnetic field around their bodies, generated by natural electromagnetic processes like heartbeats and brain activity. In spirituality, this field is often called the aura. Just as science can measure these frequencies, we can imagine that spiritually gifted people are capable of perceiving the subtle variations in the energies surrounding others. This would explain empathy, for example, as the ability to sense and understand emotions through the vibrations emitted by another individual's energy field. Additionally, the influence of electromagnetic frequencies on humans can be observed in phenomena like the Schumann resonance, the Earth's natural electromagnetic frequency. Studies show that humans, being part of this global energy field, are affected by these frequencies. Spiritually, sensitive people may feel the energetic changes in the environment or other humans more intensely, and this could be related to their deeper connection to these natural vibrations. When we talk about gifts like telepathy or clairvoyance, we can understand these phenomena as an expanded manifestation of energetic entanglement. Just as entangled particles communicate over distance, humans with spiritual gifts may be able to pick up on these frequencies and vibrations beyond physical space. Clairvoyance, for example, might capture information from a person's energy field, while telepaths are able to read thoughts or feelings through these subtle energy interactions. These gifts, far from being mere inexplicable mystical abilities, are starting to be seen in a new light when we acknowledge the human biomagnetic field and the energetic interconnectedness of the universe. What once seemed mystical may now be the beginning of a deeper scientific understanding of the connection between us and the invisible energies that surround us. Among the organs of the human body, the heart plays an especially fascinating role when we talk about energy and spirituality. While many consider the brain to be the center of consciousness, science now reveals that the heart plays a crucial role in generating electromagnetic fields and influencing our emotional and energetic states. Studies from the HeartMath Institute show that the heart is the largest generator of electromagnetic fields in the human body. The heart's energy field is much stronger than that of the brain and can be measured several feet away from the body. This electromagnetic field changes according to a person's emotional state. When we are in states of love, compassion, or joy, our energy field becomes more coherent and harmonious. This phenomenon is called heart coherence. Heart coherence not only affects our personal well-being but also has the power to influence others around us. Spiritually gifted individuals, such as those with deep empathy, may be more attuned to the electromagnetic field generated by others' hearts. They feel emotions and intentions before they are verbalized because they pick up on the subtle frequencies generated by the heart. This electromagnetic field generated by the heart has implications in both science and spirituality. Many ancient cultures already considered the heart to be the spiritual center of the human being, and now modern science provides a concrete basis for this belief. The connection between science and spirituality becomes clear. The heart, with its powerful energy field, may be the link between our spiritual experiences and the vibrational frequencies that govern the universe. Intuition, often seen as a spiritual gift or an inner voice, is also beginning to gain scientific explanations, especially in the field of neuroscience. The idea that we feel or know something before we have concrete evidence may seem mystical, but the human brain is a complex machine, capable of processing an impressive amount of information subconsciously. A scientific explanation for intuition lies in the fact that our brain is constantly absorbing and analyzing subtle signals from the environment, from facial microexpressions to slight changes in tone of voice. Although our conscious mind doesn't notice these signals, the brain is working in the background, forming conclusions that we call a gut feeling or intuition. This fast and unconscious process is what allows us to make instant decisions without fully understanding how we arrived at the conclusion. People with spiritual gifts, such as heightened intuitive sensitivity, may be more attuned to these subtle signals that the brain and body pick up, allowing this information to manifest more clearly in their consciousness. This explains why many report knowing something without being able to explain it, a common manifestation of gifts like clairvoyance or extrasensory perception. Additionally, some theories suggest that the brain may function as an energy receiver, picking up information from the quantum or energetic field that surrounds us. In this sense, intuition can be seen not only as a brain process but also as a spiritual connection to these subtle energies that permeate the universe. Brain waves play an essential role in how we experience states of consciousness and, by extension, spiritual states. Our brain generates different types of electrical waves, and each is associated with a specific mental state. These variations in brain waves can help us understand how spiritual practices such as meditation and prayer affect our perception and connection with more subtle energies. Among the best-known brain waves are alpha, theta, and delta waves, which are closely linked to meditative and spiritual states. Alpha waves, for example, are associated with a relaxed and meditative state, where we are slightly disconnected from the external environment and begin to focus inward. This state is often described as a gateway to spiritual practices, as it allows the mind to enter harmony and calm, facilitating connection with the surrounding energy frequencies. Theta waves, on the other hand, are generated when we are in a state of deep meditation, light sleep, or when we reach a trance state. This brain state is considered especially important for deeper spiritual experiences, such as visions, intuitions, and even astral travel. Many spiritual traditions point out that in this state, we are more connected with the universal energy field, able to access information beyond the physical realm. Finally, delta waves are associated with deep sleep and, in some cases, profound mystical states. Some spiritual practitioners report transcendental experiences during these states, such as encounters with spiritual guides or the sensation of being in contact with higher dimensions of consciousness. Through practices like meditation, prayer, and other spiritual disciplines, it is possible to intentionally alter these brain states, facilitating access to deep spiritual experiences. Science is beginning to recognize that these changes in brain waves can open the human energy field to greater perception and sensitivity, making it possible to experience spiritual phenomena that were once considered mystical or supernatural. In the future, it is likely that science will continue to explore phenomena that, for a long time, were seen as mystical. The quest to understand the nature of consciousness, for example, could lead us to even deeper discoveries about the role of energy and vibrational frequencies in the universe. Just as we are beginning to understand the energy fields and frequencies that govern the human body, we may come to even clearer explanations of how these spiritual phenomena manifest and how we can work with them consciously. The most surprising thing is that, rather than demystifying spirituality, science seems to be confirming what many spiritual traditions have known for centuries, that we are all interconnected, on an energetic level, and that this connection can be perceived, felt, and even used for personal and spiritual growth. Now that we've explored the deep connections between science and spirituality, it's clear that these two areas can be great allies in our journey of self-discovery and spiritual development. Understanding vibrational frequencies, the energy around us, and spiritual gifts shows us that we have the ability to consciously and practically explore these forces. Remember, science and spirituality don't have to be seen as opposites. By embracing both, you can cultivate a more holistic and profound view of yourself and the universe. Try integrating these scientific discoveries into your daily spiritual practice and see how they can transform your connection to the world around you and to your own spiritual potential. Science gives us the map, and spirituality gives us the compass. Now, it's up to you to follow this path of discovery and evolution.